Now, days after the centre announced that they're completely taking control of the vaccination drive, they've announced the revised prices now for vaccines in private hospitals. It's free in government hospitals. In private hospitals, you'll have to pay depending on which shot you're getting. So let's explain that for you. A single shot of Covishield will now cost 780 rupees in private hospitals. On the other hand, a Covaxin dose will cost 1,410 rupees. Sputnik V will be available at a price of 1,145 rupees. The GST markups have also been revised. A 5% GST will be levied on all vaccines, along with a service charge of 150 rupees per dose. It roughly translates to GST prices being 30 rupees for Covishield, 60 rupees for Covaxin, and 47 rupees and 4 paise for Sputnik V. So if you look at this data, it's clear that in fact you will have to shell out more for Covaxin. According to top government sources, the new centralized vaccine scheme will lead to an increase in expenditure to the centre. Top Finance Ministry sources suggest that the estimated total expenditure due to this new vaccine policy, the centralized one, could be anywhere between 45,000 crores to 50,000 crores. Now, let's also continue getting you all the latest ground reports on the COVID situation, particularly in rural parts. In southern Rajasthan, quackery is the most lucrative business, and at stake is the life of poor tribals who blindly trust these quacks and spend a fortune for medical treatment. Moshmi Singh gets you this ground report from the Jhadol region of Udaipur.
Sitting with a pile of medicines, this is 65-year-old Megharaj. After spending 29,000 rupees on his treatment, he still doesn't know what is ailing him. Suffering cough, cold and fever, he spent 2 weeks running around in clinics in Vijayanagar across the Gujarat border.
तो राजस्थान में इलाज अपना सही नहीं, क्या करें? फिर जाना पड़ता है, पैसे लगते हैं, लेकिन गुजरात में जाते हैं तो तुरंत ठीक हो जाते हैं, इसलिए जाना पड़ता है गुजरात में.
Meghraj sold his cattle to pay for his mysterious illness. This is a common practice in this Rajasthan village. Spurious clinics, nameless doctors, no prescription and no bills.
The tribal community in this part have a harrowing time spending almost double, triple the amount of money for their treatment as they cross over from Rajasthan to Gujarat and other states to ensure that they get apt treatment.
The reluctance of the tribals in Karel village explains the dismal vaccination rate and the deserted look at the community health center in Jhadol.
कई सारे ऐसे झोला छाप भी है जो पहले यहाँ तो गुजरात में काम करके आए हैं, या फिर गुजरात के लोगों से उनका कांटेक्ट है. वो कई लोगों के साथ में यहाँ से उनके थ्रू यहाँ से जो झोला छाप को दिखा के फिर उनके थ्रू ही वो गुजरात की तरफ अपना रुख करते हैं. वो हमें कम ही दिखाना पसंद करते हैं.
Away from the glare of governments, a world of quacks is thriving in the tribal belt. Dozens of fly-by-night clinics have mushroomed in the pandemic. In Koliari village, we spotted Ganesh Medical Store. Here we meet self-styled doctor Praveen Patel, who doles out prescription for all ailments.
कोई पेशेंट आते हैं, कोई सैचुरेशन डाउन आता है, उनको बताते हैं कि आप जाओ RT-PCR रैपिड एंटीजन टेस्ट करवाओ. पर लोग के कुछ नहीं आदिवासी पब्लिक में.
On being pressed over his treatment, the quack obliges, leaving us shocked with the illegality of the whole operation, running from a dingy, illegal makeshift clinic.
A patient lying on a charpai being injected with God knows what fluids, and the quacks are thriving here in the hinterland with doctors, so-called people calling themselves doctors, saying they've taken training in the hospitals in this area, with more than 60 to 70 doctors using prescribing medicines, injecting medicines which they are not authorized to do, clinics that are functioning with a garb of a chemist shop. Right in the front, if you see, this is a chemist shop. A patient comes here and then he is treated for the illness.
उसको चेक करके ही दवाई की होगी मैडम. उसको पहले मैंने बीपी सब देखा, उसको किस जगह पे पेन कर रहा है, किस साइड दुख रहा है, उसको पहले बोल दिया मैं कि तेरे स्टोन की शिकायत लग रही भैया. फिर उसने बोला मैंने उदयपुर रिपोर्ट करवाया डॉक्टर साहब, पहले उस टाइम पथरी की शिकायत बताई थी मुझे.
With 2 beds and an array of injectable medicines, Praveen claims he has a BHMS degree.
पेशेंट को ऐसा रिस्की लगता है, सीरियस लगता है तो उसको हाथ नहीं लगाते, उसको सही एडवाइस दे के आगे रेफर कर देते। मैडम मैं BHMS हूँ, थोड़ा बेड पेशेंट को लेटा के देख तो सकता हूँ थोड़ा पेट में।
क्वालिफिकेशन है आपके पास?
है।
ऐसे आप इंसर्शन कर सकते हैं या अंदर आपने इंसर्ट किया है, उनकी नीडल लगाया है, इस तरह से आपका परमिशन है?
नो मैडम।
Caught red-handed, Praveen first claimed he was doing charity and only giving mild treatment. Before admitting it is illegal, he added that he's jobless and trying to survive.
काम तो सेवा हो रही है मैडम ना, हमने कुछ काम नहीं BHMS ने कर रखा है, थोड़ा कुछ काम तो करते हैं। नौकरी धंधा तो मिलता नहीं है, कहीं हॉस्पिटलों में कहीं मिले नहीं है, तो फिर काम करते हैं।
Yeah, heavens save the tribals and the village community who's living in this area with quacks, thriving business, minting the opportunity of this pandemic. It is a sorry and shocking state of affairs in the rural hinterland. But the question really is, why are the authorities turning a blind eye? With video journalist Satya Rothre, this is Mosmi Singh in Jharol for India Today.
For weeks now, a mystery woman identified